Yo, what's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your boy Jay Greene back right now with a review for Mulan. Now, in this review, you're gonna get what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, what worked for the film, and what I don't think worked for the movie, and even where I think maybe they should have gone with the story just to change it up a little bit and give it a little bit of a better outcome. Now, again, these are my personal opinions. I'm pretty sure all y'all out there will not look as deeply into this Disney film as I do, but I am a cinephile. I love movies, and that's what the fuck I do. So, rock with your boy. Now, for those of you out there who have no idea what Mulan is, for y'all young ones that may have missed the 1998 Disney classic Mulan, this is basically about a chick that lives in China way back in the day, during the time when a woman needed to play her position. Yo, that's not my opinion, that's just the way that it was, all right? Now check it out. There was some stuff jumping off in the neighborhood. The military comes in talking about, yo, we need all the dudes in the neighborhood to saddle up and ride out because we got this guy coming through wrecking shop, killing folks left and right. We need all hands on deck. Now, in Mulan's family, it was her dad, her mom, and her sister. So it's only two girls, right? Ain't no dudes other than the dad to step it up. Now, this is an old man. He got a bum knee. He's using a cane and shit. He ain't fought in years. So you can imagine what's going to happen if he saddles up and goes to hang with the young ones, right? It's going to be all bad. Now, Mulan, she's a bit of a renegade herself. For years, they've been telling her, Mulan, calm down, act like a lady, girl. You're supposed to be cooking and cleaning. You got them childbearing hips. Get ready. All right? That's how it was. So Mulan's like, look, I don't want my father in peril. I'm going to saddle up. I'm going to get his gear in the middle of the night. I'm going to ride out. I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to pretend to be a dude so then that way I can honor my family, A, for fighting, B, showing them what I got, and then C, saving my father's life. Yo, that's an inspiring story. You feel me? All right, so now that I took you for a trip down memory lane talking about the 1998 version of Mulan, let's talk about the 2020 version. What did your homie like about this movie? Number one, what I enjoyed about this film was the acting. I'm talking about Donnie Yen, Jet Li, Jason Scott Lee, the chick that played Mulan. I'm sorry, your homie's an idiot. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But I thought that every single one of these cats brought their A game. They was taking their role serious, and they sold me on everything that their characters were about to get into or what they had coming their way. So big ups on that. The other thing that I enjoyed was the Chinese culture portrayed on screen. First off the top, I am not a historian, so I cannot tell you that everything in this film was authentic down to a T. But I can tell you that Disney has more money than me, and I would hope that they paid somebody to be on set that was a culturally diverse individual that knew about this shit, that was able to say, yeah, that's exactly how that looks. Oh, the color should be a little darker. Yes, cinch it a little higher. I hope they had someone on set doing that, because when I'm watching this, I'm believing that this mega company would have been able to get shit correct. You feel me? So with that said, I thought that the culture and the colors and all that played out on screen was beautiful. Another thing that I enjoyed was, of course, the story at its core. From Mulan the original to Mulan 2020, remember, this girl is trying to break through gender roles. She's trying to prove to her father and her family that it's okay for her to be a little rough. It's okay for her to be a little rugged. She's trying to prove to the military, you know what, women can fight too. It doesn't need to be just dudes. You don't need to get my father, who's crippled basically, to go and fight this battle. You could take me and I'm gonna do just as well. So I enjoy how both films were able to portray all of those things through great acting and great culture and color and whatnot throughout the film. I enjoyed that shit for reals. Now I'm about to break down the things that I did not like about this film, the things that didn't work for your homie, okay? Number one, this movie sets up a world with rules and then breaks those rules. And what I mean by that is this. There's a scene where Mulan is rocking with all these dudes. They're standing in front of the emperor. The emperor is listing off all of these things that they can get killed by. If you do this, we're gonna kill you. If you do this, we're gonna kill you. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna kill you. And you know it was ancient times, so they ain't killing you with like lethal injection. They like chopping your head off, some painful shit, okay? But the one thing that makes everyone squirm and look around and be like, oh shit, and start sweating is when they say, but if you lie, dishonor to you, dishonor to your family, all we gonna do is kick your ass out the club and you going back home with your tail between your legs. And everyone's tripping out. Later in the film, when they finally find out that Mulan is a woman, when they finally find out who she really is, they kick her out, dishonor. Now, you're telling me that this culture and this community, this army, this infantry, the highest priority is being honest. The highest priority is telling the truth. She lies, she's able to come back, she's able to tell the emperor, yo, I think some stuff is about to jump off. Y'all don't even realize what's about to go on. Number one, they allow her back to tell her story. Number two, they actually listen to her story. And number three, without even batting an eye, they basically say, all right, y'all, you can lead the troops. I'm not buying that shit for a goddamn minute. Why am I not buying it? Because in the beginning of the film, when she left, her father, realizing that his daughter left and will more than likely be murdered by the harshness of war and battle, doesn't even go get her. Why doesn't he go get her? Because he says the whole village would be pissed. The whole village would have consequences put on them because they will find out the truth. Not only will the village do that shit, but the military will do that shit. So that tells me that it's such a big deal that the dad is like, look, let's just hope she's okay. Let's just hope that she makes it. Also, what the fuck were the villagers thinking? They were all standing there when the dad got called out, given the paperwork to go to the military. They're not going to think anything of it when he's there week after week after week. I'm not buying that shit. I'm sorry. You lost me at that moment in time. Another thing that I didn't like was the witch. Didn't work for me. I thought her character was badass. Yes. I thought she stepped on the screen and was sinister from the get-go. But that's the problem. You create this sinister character who's killing people left and right with no shame or nothing. And then when she finally runs into the one woman that can take down an army, she lets her ass go. She tells her some real shit. Yo, Mulan, I think you pretending. I think you playing someone that you ain't really trying to be. Why don't you just keep it real? Yo, that's some admirable shit. However, watch the movie. There's no character development that says that this witch is going to do that. When she's swooping in, we as the audience members are in fear for Mulan. Fuck, she about to deal with the witch. Man, you better get some of your chi, girl. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell us anything. There's no foreshadowing that this witch would do something like that. A, leave Mulan alive. B, tell Mulan some real shit. C, knows about Mulan. I didn't see no crystal ball nowhere. I understand that she's mad at her dude that she's rocking with a little bit. You can get some flares of that. I feel it, okay? But there's not enough that they give us to say that she's just straight up not going to fight Mulan for real. You had an opportunity to give us a legitimate showdown, and we could have got a showdown later on, okay? But you didn't give us that legitimate showdown here. You gave us something that she said to Mulan that was admirable but unwarranted based on the lack of character development. I'm not feeling that shit, man, because it makes me feel like our hero is never in true danger. And in an action movie, if your hero is never in true danger, why am I worried about anything that they do? Why am I worried about her getting attacked? I know she's gonna win. In the Marvel movies, obviously our heroes are going to win until the last movie. You know what I'm talking about. But they still put them in a point where they're getting their ass whooped. Mulan never got her ass whooped. She was always the one whooping ass. And anybody that she came up against, whether it was her own military, after lying, they weren't tripping. They was like, all right, cool, come on back. Command the troops, it's fine. And then this chick right here, she has no character development to say, I'm going to turn and be a good guy. I'm going to turn and warn you. I'm going to be on your side. She just says, oh, okay, all right, you cool, you cool. Mulan is never in peril. How badass is she really? Mulan never has an arc because of that lack of character development and broken rules throughout the film to just make her look badass at all given times. I would rather have my female heroines get into some trouble. Ellen Ripley gets fucked up. Linda Hamilton gets fucked up in Terminator. But they survive and they win. Mulan is a winner, but they didn't show her as that. They just showed her as a woman who has great circumstances around her. All right, now follow me on this. What I think they could have done towards the end of this film to make it more engaging and maybe even redeem themselves from that BS with the witch is this. So let's say Mulan gets caught up. They say, get the hell up out the infantry. You lied to us. Dishonor to you and your family. Rah! All that. She's walking around. The witch is going to tell her, yo, tell your homies, look out, round the back. They coming. Get your boys. So she's going to go back and tell them. She could have had a conversation with the Emperor. She could have had a conversation with Donnie Yen's character talking about, yo, you have to believe me. And maybe he would have said, look, I value your skills on the battlefield. Without you, we wouldn't have won. But you don't understand. This is how it is. How many times in 2020, how many times in recent years have we seen this shit play out in real life where it just is what it is? You got to play that position, girl. It is what it is, guy. It is brown skin girl, brown skin guy. You got to play your position. You could have had an opportunity to have some sort of like realistic dialogue that where someone says, look, I know I'm in this position. I don't want to be in this position. I really wish I could help you out. That would have drawn some emotion in because we would have liked that character a lot more. Like, fuck, man, he's got the whole army on his side. He can't, do anything different. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. What's she gonna do? That makes us wonder, how's it gonna end? Puts us on the edge of our seat. Same thing. Let's say he didn't have that conversation with her, but he kicks her out anyways. But her boys that she was rocking with in her little squadron, let's say they desert. They leave the crew to go get her and say, you know what? We believe you. We believe you because we was working with you side by side, going up the hill, carrying them buckets of water. We believe you because we was fighting with you. And we know that when we was sweating together and working together, you pulled us up off the ground when we needed it. You saved our lives on that battlefield. How emotional would that have been? When these guys left, the entire army, dudes left to tell her, we believe in you and we're going to rock with you because we don't want what's coming to happen. Then it would have made us think, shit, are they on their own? Now you could have had them on their own and then maybe word gets back to the camp and then they're like, fuck, we need to go help them out. And then now everyone's rocking and everyone hoists Mulan up on their shoulders when they finally win the battle. But that's not how it went down. The way that it went down was very paint by numbers. Come back, all right, cool, glad you told us, run everything. I feel like Disney had an opportunity here to give us something like what Star Wars did with Rogue One, where our characters were actually in danger, doing their own thing. They did not have the backing of the army straight off the bat. They had to win over the approval and the backing of that army, giving us something to cheer for when that army finally came to back them up. They didn't do that, though. They just gave her the keys to the car and said, go on, girl, you could drive. I feel like they missed out, and that's something that I didn't like about this film. So are your kids going to like it? Yes, your kids are going to like it. Why wouldn't they, right? Are people going to enjoy it? Of course they're going to enjoy it. It's got great music. It's got great visuals, great fighting. It's a fun movie. It also has a positive message. But did I like it as much as I wanted to like it based on that original trailer? Hell no. Was I as pumped up throughout the entire film and even in the end as I was during that teaser trailer? Hell nah. Did I want more out of my Mulan movie? Fuck yeah. Would I suggest you watch it? Yeah, go watch it. But it's very forgettable. I'll probably never watch this movie again. Quality film? Yeah. Good story? Yes. Will I ever watch it again? Hell nah. I don't think that you should spend $30 on Disney Plus right now if you're a Premier member. Just wait till it is free on Disney Plus. Or if it ever comes out on DVD. There you go. That's my review, baby. So anyways, I got more coming for you. Jay Greene, I'm out, baby.